precocious. And there's a lot of kids that are very special, and they don't like to be straddled with all kinds of constrictions. And there's a whole new way of looking at each other. Well, we have the similar thing, but we have another vocabulary. It's not that we're from different planets. We're from another dimension. We come from Shemayim. We come from the true storage house of soul. We've been here before, but never exactly as we are now. At any rate, there's so many things to say, but I'll try and stand back. At any rate, to have a sense of mission, to come down, that we came down here to do something, and that we're going to meet in the middle of the night, and we're going to start to awaken with each other in the middle of the night. And these are the songs that the Ashkenazim sing on Leil Pesach, in the middle of the night. And it was at midnight that such and such happened. Midnight is a very powerful idea for us. It's actually a transition. The Zohar says that the beginning of night is called from our beat, from the Tzedek Kochavim, from the appearance of three medium stars. I think I was over here at 6 o'clock. Right, 6 o'clock, from the appearance of three medium stars, we miss our beat, and then we say, we go to sleep at Kriyat Shema She'al Mitah, which is beautiful. We could talk about that. And then we wake up, let's say, a minute before Chatzot Laila, a minute before midnight. It's up here. So that first part of night, which is meant for sleep, which according to Kabbalah is the time to sleep, is called Emunah. Go to sleep. Just believe. No intellectual stuff. It's not the time. It's a more difficult time of night, and therefore the best thing to do is to go to sleep or to go into a state of deep emunah. Rabbi Nachman of Breslov talks about this, that Judaism will be attacked. At the beginning of the Enlightenment, he saw that it was like the beginning of night for the Jewish people. It's all symbolic thinking. He saw that it was the beginning of a very big attack. We had the Wellhausen theory and the other theory, and Moses didn't write Moses, and Isaiah didn't write Isaiah, and Daniel didn't write Daniel, and the Talmud was totally misunderstood. It was the impact of the church into the academia, right, which they swallowed a hook, line, and sinker. They became the ones who are going to tell us what Judaism is and what the Bible is. So Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai didn't write Shimon Bar Yochai. Rabbi Yochanan ben Akkad didn't write Yochanan ben Akkad. Nobody wrote anything. We're all alive. That's what they tried to perpetrate on us. And our only defense was, I do not believe that my ancestors were alive today. There was no way for us to prove. We didn't have archaeological proof yet. We didn't have any way of proving. There was no way of arguing. And as a result of that, when the ghetto walls fell down in Europe, tens of thousands of kids went out and were lost. And that's why Rabbi Nachman said, Gewalt, en yushpal. Gewalt. Don't ever give up. Those souls that are leaving now, they will come back. It's a terrible tragedy. People were sitting Shiva, mourning for their kids because they couldn't maintain their Jewishness. But Rabbi Nachman saw the long, right? We're going through an abyss here, a great canyon of loss of our kids. But in the end, I believe we are the generation that are coming back. We're the closing of the circle. He said that the first part of night is when there's nothing to answer. We can't. Starting from midnight is when he says, Da mala hashiv. It's an expression borrowed from Pirkei Avot. Know what to answer those who attack us. On the contrary, now we're on the offensive. Our Torah is now going to come to full light in the eyes of all the nations. First of all, it has to come to full light with us. We Jews have to own our Torah. We have to start learning a deeper Torah. A Torah that gives life to each of us and that gives life to our kids. A Torah that gives life to each one of us and that gives life to our kids. Mehayim etim, that raises up from the dead because we're all asleep. Because the Jewish people right now are in the lowest level. We're being manipulated by the nations, by Europe and America, right? And we don't even know what to do. Our leadership is non-leadership. Our political leadership in Israel is a non-leadership. It's a false leadership. It's a klipa. It's a shell. It has to basically dissolve and fall away in order for a true leadership to emerge. And who are going to be those leaders? It's not us. But who are us? We've been neutralized. We feel like, well, what can we do? Right? What can we do? Well, that's that force that tells them you're nothing. That force, that illusionary force that says, you'll never do anything, you can't be anything. You have to overcome that force. And when you do, there's nothing more powerful on the planet than the force of our soul. This is the whole thing that I don't want to, if you're not used to the way I speak, maybe I think I'm going all over the place, but I'm drawing from all over the place, but I'm trying to speak to a certain issue here, that we are being called upon to wake up. We have the potential to wake up and make a difference. Spiritually, to wake up. What does that mean? All I can do is keep talking, keep telling the story, keep drawing from the teachings. Because it's not something I can tell you, I'm not on the level to tell you, and nobody's on the level to tell anybody else. Each one of us has to come to our own. We have to start believing in ourselves. We have to start believing that we truly are exalted souls. Exalted souls. We've come down here and we've come into a lower position, but it's also that we can come and become even greater, because we're going to overcome this power, this illusionary power. We need help. We need to help each other. We need to give strength to each other, to empower each other, to believe in each other, to give our strength, to give our kids their strength. Because they truly are higher souls that are coming down now. They're not indigo kids, they're neshama kids, they're soul kids. And as the already says from the Zohar, that towards the end of the 6th millennium, souls will be sent down from above the 6th millennium, from the 7th millennium. Future souls, they're going to help us get out of the mud, because we can't seem to do it. We need to be helped. And they are coming down now, and we are also getting what's called Ibur Neshama. We are getting help on the inside pipelines of our souls with the souls to which we are connected. And you should know this. You should know. I mean, I tell it everywhere I go, because I've seen it in writing in black and white, and it made a difference in my life. It's not mysticism that's crazy. It's grounded in the reality of the spiritual view of Judaism that's thousands of years old. So we're on the offensive, meaning to say we have what to say. We have meaningful things to say to the world. And look what the incredible opportunities being given to us. We have a religion on the planet now that's dedicated to death. And actually, people actually believe in it because they don't even know better. They buy it, they eat it, they fall for it, hook, line, and sinker. It's absurd. It's absurd. And what we have is so valuable and so beautiful. Our universal teachings. We don't put anybody down. We're win-winners. We're so good. We don't even have a handle. We don't even have a handle those people. Hashem, please help us. Anyway, my point here is that the first part of the night is more difficult. The second part of the night is the changing of the guard. Oh my goodness. Just one point about Kriyat Shema Sha'al Mikah. Maybe I shouldn't do it because everything. In other words, there is a way to go into every one of these points along the way. So I'm not going to. There is what to say, but and I want to come back to it. And we've gotten to Hatzot Laila. Let's say we've woken up, symbolically, figuratively, and literally. We've gotten up at midnight. And the Zohar says that God comes into the Garden of Eden and delights with the souls of the tzaddikim. And we say Berachot HaShachar. According to Kabbalah, which the Spartans maintain, those who know anything about this, from the moment of Hatzot Laila, you can say all the morning blessings. It's difficult for some people to understand. It's not morning. Like, what are you saying the morning blessings for? What happened to you? Where's your sense of time? But the answer is that spiritually it's morning. In heaven it's morning. And so the Kabbalah goes by what's happening in heaven. Why? It's basically a Beit Shammai. It's a Beit Shammai approach to life. And there's a Beit Hillel approach to life. And both of them are true. And both of them are beautiful. And they complement each other. You can't have one without the other. So there's a whole piece there, a whole class there about how